You're not following it. If one could ask someone a series of the right questions at the right time, as is, without any alterations, changes, or additives, they would unlock the desire to buy within nearly everyone they speak to. The problem is, the salesperson alters or changes the questions because of fear. The fear is what causes the alteration of the question. I don't want to talk to another pitter-patter, tiptoe-ass, broccoli-head, 22-year-old closer. You nailed it. Yeah. Who is talking to you in your mind? It's called a demon circuit. Your voice is in your head, and you think they're you. So when the businesses start to grow, like you guys are all like six figures or pre six figures. But as soon as you start hitting 7 and 8 figures, you have to have a standardized sales process, which means that all your calls are the exact same every time. These aren't just like these little fun little networking calls where you ask questions and no, you missed the checkbox at the fucking hard stop. You missed the pitch. The pitch wasn't exactly the same every time. You didn't, objection handle the exact script. You didn't have the goal question. It's all there because it follows the same process. And anytime you don't close a deal, it's because you didn't follow the process. That's literally it. So the reason you're in such a mystery is because you're not following the process. I have the process. I gave it to you guys. You have it. You're not following it. That's usually the first thing. This is a departure from a standardized, simple. It's like if you want to think about it like this. I teach you guys a lot about data, and you want to think about it like all of the potential ways that you could do something. Okay. And usually when you find a way that works, I'm talking it becomes like a hairline of a path to follow. Like it's called the narrow road of truth. You guys ever heard that?
Mm-hmm.
The truth is a narrow road. It means it's only one way. The truth is truth. Period. The end of story. You can't have a cup of water with a little bit of cyanide in it. How much cyanide's okay to add to my water? Virtually zero. It's actually zero is okay. And so anytime you just kind of add your own, it's called adding in an arbitrary, which is an opinion. And so anytime you add in an opinion to a factually proven process, you're gonna have a lot of bullshit come up. And that's the case. So think about that. All right. So think about it is two things. It's only two. All right. Everyone write this down. Think about it means there's no urgency or they're confused by the pitch. You gave them too much information. Mm-hmm. Too much information. I want to do it myself objection is you didn't go deep on doubt. You didn't find out why they can't do it on their own. All right? I need to do it myself. You didn't go deep on doubt and you didn't go deep on solutions. Okay. It's not a priority for me, or it's just kind of like, bleh. Yeah, or if it's too expensive. So actually this is too expensive. You didn't go deep on goal, so they don't have a big enough goal. You didn't expand their goal big enough. So it's 10 grand to make 100 grand a month. All day long. They'll drop that right now. And the more I believe that I can do that, I would spend 10 grand right now. Why wouldn't I? It's 100 grand a month. 10 grand to make 100 grand? Makes sense. So the business operates on processes and it operates on systems. And that's what a system is. And for example, like everything in the world, like in business, except sales, it's like every area of the business except sales accepts an arbitrary or doesn't accept arbitraries. Think about that one. You got a coder. So you say, hey, I want to add a 3 there. You're like, no, the website will crash. All of Apple will die if you decide to add 1 3 in the middle of the code. I think we should do it this way because of my opinion on it. No, it's code. Code is exact. It's a language. Sales is just the one where people say, oh, you have to be authentic. And then you also have to do this. And you got to be this way. And it's just all opinions.
Mhm.
Because you're now dealing with communication, which is why I want to teach you guys the communication formula. It's just like a line of code, and it's that level of accuracy. Just like code, just like operations, just like Zapier, you know, if I was teaching you guys Zapier, it's this way only. This is how you do it. This is the way it's
Yeah.
done. And you want to
Mhm.
change it because you have an opinion about it. Good luck. That's
Mhm.
literally it. So just your ability to confront. So lack of that and altering the line. So confront definition and action to be able to face, of being able to face. Two is the ability to be there comfortably and perceive.
The
Here's
split.
what I want to give you guys is you actually have the ability to do it. There's something
Mhm.
getting in the way between you and the ability. You have the ability to do a lot of things. You guys are all fucking gods. Like you guys are unbelievably able. It's just there's shit that gets in the way. And what I'm doing here is helping you get rid of it, and it's this. So, fear definition: the emotion of fear and the dispersal of energy. So this is the real definition of fear. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this one because it's not it. But the emotion of fear and the dispersal of energy are one and the same thing. So what happens is you get overwhelmed by your opponent, which is the prospect.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
prospect overwhelms you, and your attention units. You have units of attention, which are
Mhm.
usually very focused and clear. You ever have your attention units like very narrowed in, and it's like a flow state,
Yeah.
versus you just and it disperses all over the place. You're thinking
Mhm.
about your papers, and you're all over, and you're confused, and then the fear comes in. And so what the fear does, the fear comes in and disperses your attention, which is called getting in your head. Make sense? All right.
Mhm.
So because the dispersal of energy makes one feels like he wants to run away. And so you get to the end of the call, you're like, oh, thank God they said they just objected. We can leave. But it's a super strong force that comes in. And that force says, run. Okay. So that is fear. So then next is alter. Change or cause the change in character or composition, typically in a comparatively small but significant way. That's the definition of alter. It's typically in a comparatively small but significant way.
Mhm.
It's just a line of code in comparison to all these other lines of code. There's a ton of code. They have plenty of code. All right.
Yeah.
Does everybody understand the definition of alter?
Mhm.
To change. That's it. If one could ask someone a series of the right questions. So here's the ideal scene. If one could ask someone a series of the right questions at the right time, as is, without any alterations, changes, or additives, they would unlock the desire to buy within nearly everyone they speak to. If you could just get the questions answered, that's the key. Okay. The problem is the salesperson alters or changes the questions because of fear. To be able to look someone in the eyes on a sales call and, without flinching, ask them the hard question like, what is your monthly revenue? Or what is your biggest challenge right now when it comes to growing your business? Or the dreaded, what happens if this doesn't change? It takes a very high degree of confront to pull off.
Mhm.
All right. The funny thing is that when the rep just asks the questions as is, they find that the prospect just answers it. The fear is what causes the alteration of the question. Here is how it goes. The sales rep, feeling fear in the moment, knows he or she should ask the question on the script, but makes the decision to alter it in an attempt to give him or her more comfort in asking it.
That makes sense.
The alteration comes in the form of adding buffers and justifying the prospect why they are asking it. So telling the prospect, here's why I ask this, and so on. Or they just change the question completely. For example, so the technology of why it works is in the question itself.
Mhm.
That's the code. That is the code of the sales call. And it's the language that works. And the question gets altered or changed. Now, if you use a little like banter here and there in between, just don't change the question. That's the thing. So, this is why I hate when people put their questions into ChatGPT. Like it just spits out garbage and you're like that would never work. And because the The precision in the questions is what's going to make it work. So, because what do questions do? Let's look at it that way. What questions do is they direct the mind. If you ask the right questions, it will direct the mind in the right places. Okay. So, for example, what happens if this doesn't change? That's the question you need to ask. Turns into if this doesn't change, like, say things just stay the same, I guess what could maybe happen? That's altering it. Good spotting.
Mm.
From here, deals don't close and calls don't book. So the rep drops tone.
There became a bit more desperation as
Mm,
the call went on, and frustration. Like,
Mhm.
why the hell am I even talking to this guy? He's not even answering my questions.
right. And gets critical. That's what happens. Like you start to get critical of the prospect and the process and the script and the training. That's what'll happen because of your tone level. This turns into a full-blown overhaul of the process. I need to change it. I need to go leave. I need to go find a new sales trainer guy, whatever. They demand a new script, a new process, a new material. Something that is more comfortable for them to use. I need something more authentic. I need something more aligning, more alignment. I'm not something less salesy and la 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 la. So all of that comes out. You start to notice that in the market. So, you have these program hoppers. They go from program to program to program. And they said, this script doesn't work. It's too salesy. Nope, you altered it. And then the alteration created the rapport break in your calls. Level of performance is very high. It's almost perfect because there's no reactivity, there's no fear, there's no any of that bullshit. So what's happening with Marie is she's talking to me and trying to close me. And me right now, I'm here. I'm fucking here. That's why like a Dylan doesn't give a fuck. Well, yeah, I don't have my mind on me. I'm here. What could happen? Nothing bad could happen in the now. It's perfect because I'm not in the future and I'm not in the past. Just here in present time. And it's very, very enjoyable in present time. It's not scary in present time. It's very enjoyable. Nobody wants to come to present time though. And so what's happening is you're on a call and you're getting reminded of a time that you got yelled at on a call or something, and then that shit comes in. Boom. And then the fear comes in. So the question was what? It was how do you take the notes and how do you talk to the person and how do you da 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 da. Well, very, very simply, you get here. Get in the now. The feeling of like you're just like totally there.
Mm-hmm.
Like right after a fucking packed sales call day, you're just like, man, I feel like I could take on the world right now. It's because the randomity is so high and you have to be there and
Yeah.
you can't go and sink into your mind. You can't sink into the pictures because you have to be there for all the calls. That's
Yeah.
present time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
present time. I would say most business owners don't have enough chaos going on, which is why they're so mindy. They're so complicated and thinky and think. I gotta think about stuff. It's just so much thinking. And the reason why they're just don't have enough going on to be thinking. There's no time to think. So give yourself a business that's so fucking chaotic. And that's I wish that most people they want this like spiritual enlightenment that's peace. They think they want peace. No, 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 no. Up at the top, it's duty, it's responsibility, it's courage, it's um it's all of those higher noble truths, right? What's the Bible saying? It's the sin takes you down the scale, that scale of consciousness, and so the sin of omission is the biggest sin. Not doing what you should be doing and you know it, and that's the one that fucks you up the most. That's the one. And there's a lot of people out there suffering that your solutions could probably help them with. And every time you don't push them at the end of the sales call, every time you knew you were supposed to, every time you knew you were supposed to send DMs, every time you knew you were supposed to help that guy, it's the degree that somebody isn't helping you. You're gonna pull that right back in on yourself. And that's the game of the mind. And so at the top of the scale isn't a big piece. It's not a bunch of peace. It's the fight gets harder. The fight gets crazier, but except you're having more fun with it. That's all it is. It's not gonna, you're not, there is no business where you're just like, press a button and money just enters my bank account. No, and you will get bored of business because you'll start making so much and you'll get bored of it. And then you'll want to like, man, what else do I do? I've met all my own needs, my own human body needs. Cool. You fed a body for your whole lifetime. Good job. Now what? Go higher. Go higher. Go higher. Get some better truths. Get some bigger viewpoints. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
that's why a little sales call is really affecting you so much mentally
Mm.
because it's nothing in comparison to your potential.
It's
People
not an
don't get mad.
aggressive.
Notice how, like when we were role played, were we getting mad at your aggression or were we getting mad at your fear?
My fear.
The prospect hates that.
Yeah.
The prospect can't stand getting on a call. I don't get on sales calls anymore. I just if I want something, I'll buy it through the DMs because I don't want
Yeah.
to talk to another pitter patter, tiptoe ass, broccoli head, 22-year-old closer. I don't
Well,
want to talk to the guy who thinks he's Cole Gordon. Like, hey man, so and it's his same, and you tell he's fucking afraid, and he's asking his 18,000
mm,
questions. Like, dude, hold me accountable or shut
I
up.
think you, I think you've hit the nail on the head, Dylan. So when I'm being afraid and being gentle and like going, I'm not being authoritative. I'm not being the authority in the space. So then they don't believe that I can actually really help them because
You
I'm not being
you nailed it. Yeah.
author. Do you know what I mean? So if
Well,
I'm not,
it's the tone. It's all tone.
yeah,
Anybody who's
exactly.
propitiating is there's some sort of like a lie or they believe that they're not good enough or something.
They don't believe in me then that I can actually help them. That's
Well,
what I'm lacking trust in myself.
yeah.
Because when they buy and they become a client, it's almost like then it's the approval of like, no, they do trust me. So then I'm like, okay, we're good to go. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
rock. So
That's why
that's
you
what
over
it is.
explain. You're over explaining the nervous system, and the guy's like, "Can I get surgery to remove it?" And you're like, instead of just being like, "Maybe, I don't know," but let's get to the next step here. We have a process we need to follow.
I think you've just cracked it there. Like you've hit the nail on the head.
Hmm.
That's what's happening.
All right. So that's a propitiative tone. It's a hiding tone.
Yeah.
Um, what is it that you're afraid of them knowing? Let's just get it out here right now.
It's not that they're afraid of knowing. I think that they can see I don't trust myself.
Okay. What don't you trust yourself about?
What don't I trust
First thing that
myself?
comes to mind. Don't do that. What don't you trust yourself about? Now, what is it?
My
That
ability. My ability.
ability. Ability
Yeah.
to do what?
Transform them, help them.
Okay. So if you can't do that, then what?
I don't go all in on the sales call.
Okay, there you go. So you doubt your ability to help them and transform them.
Hmm.
Okay.
Which is bullshit.
Okay. Why is it bullshit?
Because I do it so many times with people.
Okay.
And I
Are they
have
happy?
loads of evidence to prove it. And I know
Hmm.
I'm good at it.
Are you getting
But
better?
there's, yeah,
Okay. Great.
yeah,
So in a year from now, will you be better?
yes,
2 years from now, will you be better?
much better.
Okay. And then when you have more resources behind you, will you have more ability to way improve yourself?
Yes.
All right. Great. Cool.
Yeah.
So you don't believe in your ability to help them. They're going to pay you a bunch of money. They're going to be all sad. Blah, blah, blah. So it's your tone. So that's
Which
why the mind lies. It looks at data and it says that's not true. No,
I
the
think
data is
it's past shite that I've been
yeah.
carrying in where I would make sales in the pharmacy
Let me
business.
ask you something a little deeper here. Who is talking to you in your mind? Is it a
My
voice?
probably old
Who is it?
my old
You know,
boss. Yeah, my old boss.
boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Your boss is telling you what?
Criticizing me bringing in a sale. Well,
Hmm.
actually being brilliant when I bring in a sale, but then criticizing me about the customer or
Hmm.
criticizing about some fucking shit afterwards.
All right. You know what that's called?
What?
It's called a demon circuit. Your voices in your head, and you think
Yep.
they're you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're agreeing with it. So you need to break that agreement right now.
Fuck 'em.
Mm. So we all have that. Our parents, they're just yelling. And what happens is when we go unconscious or something bad happens, that it gets recorded in that, and it just stays on replay like a song stuck in your head.
Yeah.
All right. And so you got a song stuck in your head of your boss saying you're not good enough when you don't make sales.
He'd even say when I did make sales, this is the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like I cracked some amazing clients, like I hit
Yeah.
my targets, and then it was still fucking shit.
Yeah. So therefore now you got a little computation of I'm never good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that is a war you will never win because you're actually right. You'll never be good enough.
Yeah.
And that's freeing,
Never
isn't it?
be.
Like you'll never be good enough, guys. Cool. That's why I just said I don't fucking care. I'm not as good as like I used to have this thing with there you go, some charge.
Yep.
The
Gone.
kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Hmm.
was. You saw that in the nervous system? Just
Yeah.
shutters off. Nice. You disagree with it. Good. All
Yeah.
right, take that win. I think that's a good place to end off.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take that one. Good job.